Greetings, very good morning, my dear children. So today we are going to discuss about the first chapter, that is number system. What is this number system? See, simply the number system is nothing but there is a type of numbers. There is a type of numbers. How we are going to derive these types of numbers, that we are going to learn, and also continuing of grade 8, we are learning about here the small review about the rational numbers, and after rational numbers, what are the other numbers are there. That means bigger than rational numbers, that we are going to learn. So before going to learn about the more about the type of numbers, first of all we will recollect what we learned in the previous grades. Okay, so while starting the class, I am showing you here one picture. So, by seeing this picture, everyone can understand. So, this is the picture of number system, right? So, in this picture, there is a types of numbers, right? So, see, the first type of number, what is that? Capital N. So, whenever we will see about capital N, we have to remember this is the first type of number system, that is natural number. What is this natural number? So natural number means very simple concept. For suppose if you want to count any things, if you want to count any things or any persons, so from where we will start? From 1 onwards. So now for suppose if you want to count our class children, so we start from 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So same like that, the counting numbers we will call it as the natural numbers. So these natural numbers will continue up to where? Infinity. Okay? Natural numbers are counting numbers which are from 1 to infinity. Okay, and these natural numbers are going to denoted with the capital letter N, and you can see in the picture also, right? And if everyone observe that here I mentioned 1, 2, 3 in the brackets. What is this? So whenever we are mentioning or whenever we are writing the numbers inside any flower brackets or inside any closed brackets, that we will call set. What we will call? Set. Okay, this which set? This one, the set of natural numbers. What we will call? The set of natural numbers. So set, when you are writing the group of numbers in the flower brackets or square brackets, that we will call the set. Remember this word, very important. Okay, in higher grade we have this sets chapter also. Okay, so this is about the first chapter, number type. Okay, next second one is, okay, for the same natural numbers, if we add 0, okay, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on up to infinity. Okay, so all these types of numbers, that means the set. This is one set, right? So this is the set of whole numbers. We will going to represent the capital letter W. Set of whole numbers going to represent the capital letter W. Okay. So now, if you observe, these all are, we will call it, these are numbers. This means natural numbers. We will call it as the positive numbers also, right? And 0 is there. For 0, there is no any positive or negative. This is the individual digit. Okay. Now, if we combine or if we collect all positive numbers, as well as we already know that there is a negative numbers, right? So the collection of all negative numbers, that means from minus infinity, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and so on up to infinity. Okay, all this set all this set, what we call Z, that means integer numbers. Third one, the third type is integer numbers. The set of all integer numbers is from minus infinity to plus infinity. That is the collection of negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. Right? So these are the first three types. Okay? The next type, that means the first three types we learned up to grade 7, right? Next, the next type is rational numbers. That means after integer numbers, we learn about numerator, denominator, right? So that only we will call it. We are all calling as a fractional numbers, right? So whenever we write the set in the form of P by Q, where Q will never equals to 0. Q will never equals to 0. The set of P by Q form where the Q is not equals to 0, that only we will call it as the rational numbers. Okay, these rational numbers are going to represent with the capital letter Q. Okay. So these rational numbers are nothing but fractional numbers as well as a decimal numbers also. Okay. So after this rational numbers, that means up to grade 8 we learn this one, right? After this rational numbers, in grade 8 only we see some numbers like root 2, root 3, root 4, root 5, and also we see that pi. Right? All these type of numbers. That means this type of numbers, they will not end. That means if we write down these numbers in a decimal expansion, that means for suppose if you take pi value 3.124 35 something, if you divide, pi value is 22 by 7, right? This is the fractional form. If we divide this one, it will not end. Okay, it will not repeat. The digits also here, they will not repeat here. Right or wrong? These types of numbers we will call sixth type, that is Q dash. Irrational numbers. What we call irrational numbers. Okay. How we will derive these irrational numbers? Means the irrational numbers totally depend on the decimal expansions. Okay, depend on the decimal numbers. That means whenever we are dividing this P by Q form, the numbers, that means the quotient numbers, right? The result of this P by Q form, the quotient will never end. And see here, the best example here it is there, 3.12435, this 6 7 8 1 2 5 7 9, these are there. If you observe these digits are not repeating in order, they are repeating like a based on the reminders. Okay, so the numbers which are not repeated after decimals, that we'll call it as the irrational numbers. Okay, the brief discussion about irrational numbers we are discussing in this chapter. Okay, so up to these rational numbers everyone got the clarification, right? About these irrational numbers and everything we will discuss in the next part. Okay, so now I have some statements here. Okay, so by looking this picture, is everyone can see this picture very clearly. Observe the picture very carefully. In this inside rational numbers, which numbers are there? Integer numbers. Inside integer numbers, which numbers are there? Whole numbers. Inside whole numbers, which numbers are there? Natural numbers, right? So which one is the biggest number here? That means the collection. Okay, the collection of or the set of natural numbers, whole numbers, integer numbers, and rational numbers, and as well as irrational numbers. Okay, the collection of all these numbers and the set of all these types of numbers, that is the bigger one, that is we call it as the real numbers. That only we call it as the real numbers, which are going to denoted with the capital R. Okay, this is the biggest number, and that is the big last one. In this, each and every number is there. In this, each and every number is there. Okay, anyone can ask, sir, bigger than this real numbers or some more numbers are there? Yes, we have complex numbers, we'll call that one. What we call complex numbers. So that are going to denoted with the I. That means with the alphabets also we can represent. That is the part of 11th grade and 12th grade, complex numbers. Okay, so as of now the number system means up to the real numbers. Okay, you can see the picture also. Okay, so by seeing the picture you can understand that inside which type of number which numbers are there. Okay, remember that this point. Why? Because some statements are there, like every natural number is a whole number. Every natural number is a whole number. Yes, all natural numbers are whole numbers. But is every whole number is a natural number? No. Why? 0 is not there. Right or wrong? In natural numbers 0 is not there. That's why every whole number is not natural number. Okay, so like this of statements we have that we'll discuss. Okay, so this is all about the first part. Remember about these types of numbers and number system. Okay, and we'll meet in the next part.